Hi. Okay, today we're going to learn two different skills, and we're going to learn how to do a cable decrease, and in that cable decrease we're going to do slip knit. And there are several ways to do slip knit depending on what you're doing. For this particular pattern we're going to do it the way I show you here today. When we work on other patterns, I may show you different ways to slip knit to make it look a little bit neater. But for today, we're going to learn it this way. Okay. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and make sure we have our pattern, our cable needle, and then I went ahead and if you have your toque pattern, I've gone ahead and kind of made it bigger so that I can see what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and start this, and we are on round 3. So I want to first make sure that my working yarn is in the back because we're going to knit. We're going to go ahead and knit 2. Let's go ahead and knit 2. 1, 2. Now we have a new stitch that we're looking at, and it is the cable 4 back, but it's a decrease. So let's talk about this. We know that a cable 4 consists of 4 stitches, and since it's in the back, we're going to put 2 stitches on a cable needle in the back, and then we're going to knit 2 from the front. So let's go ahead and do that much. Let's go ahead and slip our 2 stitches to the back cable. And then while we hold that in the back, I am going to go ahead and knit 2 from my left hand needle. 1, 2. Now, if you need to, and I would suggest till we get this decrease down, go ahead and move your stitches down on your left hand needle so we don't drop them. And I'm going to pull my cable needle to the front for this one so that you can kind of see better what I'm doing. Now, in order to do a cable decrease, we need to go ahead and we're going to knit 2 of these together from the cane. So I'm not going to split these stitches because I want to collect both of these stitches on my working needle, which means that I go through both of those legs. And then I go ahead and wrap and knit it off. Now, instead of 2 stitches, we have 1 stitch here. Okay, so let's go ahead and follow along. We're going to knit 2 together here, which is pretty much the same. We don't knit the first stitch yet. We go to the second stitch, and we put our needle between that stitch and the front stitch, both 2 stitches, as if we're going to knit them both. And then we pull it off, which means we've knit 2 more stitches together. Okay, now this is the slip knit. What we want to do with a slip knit in this instance is you want to take your right hand needle as if you are as if you are knitting, I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and put our needle through, but we're going to take it off our left hand needle. We're not going to knit it, we're just going to move it. And we're going to do the same thing with the next one. We're going to take our left hand needle, take it through that stitch, and pull it over to our right hand needle. Now, once we have those stitches, and we're just working with those 2 stitches, we're going to take our left hand needle and put them through those legs. Now at this point, you can go ahead and move them to your left hand needle, but you don't have to because you're in the right position. So we're going to go ahead and wrap our thread counterclockwise around our needle, and we're going to pull, and as we do that, we've put 2 stitches together into 1 stitch. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a cable 4 front, and it's a decrease. So we know that we're going to take 2 of our stitches, put them on our cable, and pull them to the front. Okay. We're going to slip just like we did before from our working needle. We're going to take our left hand working needle as if to knit, take that stitch and move it, take the second stitch and move it, and this is a little tricky. Then take your left hand needle, put it through both of those stitches. All we've done is we've twisted those stitches. And then wrap your yarn and knit through 2 of those stitches. Now you can see both of those stitches have come off on that cable. And once we've done that, then we're going to go ahead and just knit the 2 stitches from our cane like we usually do. So let's do it again. 1, 2, and you can put your cane away for now. Now we're right here. We're going to knit 2 and then purl 2. So let's go ahead and do our knit 2, 1, 2, pull your yarn to the front because we're going to purl, and we are going under the back stitch and clockwise, under the back stitch, clockwise, off, and move your yarn to the back. So we have actually decreased 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches just in this area of cable. We're going to do it for each of our sections of cable. Let's start it again. Let's do it again. And I'm going to use this so that you can see better what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and knit 2. I'm going to move my stitch holder first. I'm going to go ahead and knit 2. I like that in the front. Okay, 1, 2. I'm going to move this to my next comma. We're going to do a cable 4 back, and this is going to be a decrease. So with a cable 4 back, we're going to take 2 stitches on our cable needle, put them to the back, push them clear to the back. And we're going to knit the 2 stitches on our front needle, on our regular needle. Now again, if you need to, go ahead and pull your cable needle to the front. You don't have to. You can keep it in the back, and it might be just a little bit easier. It was easy to show you. So these 2 stitches, use them as if they're one. Go to the second stitch, put your needle through both of those legs of that stitch, wrap counterclockwise, and then knit both those stitches off. And if you watch them, they both come off, but they're connected to the thread. Okay? The next 2 we're going to do are going to be knit 2 together. So we just look at 2 stitches. We don't knit them separately. We take our needle between both of those stitches legs, wrap it counterclockwise, and then pull them off. And both of those stitches get connected to that one yarn. Okay, this next stitch in our comma is a slip. So with this slip, we go ahead as if to knit, move it to our right hand needle, take the second stitch, move it to our right hand needle. Now we've effectively twisted those. And then you'll take your left hand needle, slide it between the legs of both of those stitches together, and we're going to do a counterclockwise again. And as we pull it off, you can see that that thread has connected both of those stitches. Okay, we're ready for a cable 4 front decrease, which means we're working with 4 stitches. 2 will get put on our cable needle and move to the front. Okay? Then from our left hand working needle, we're going to do a slip, which means we take the first stitch, and move it to our right hand needle. Take the second stitch, move it to our right hand needle. Take our left hand stitch between, there's one, and I split it, there's two. I have both of those stitches put together on the left hand needle. I'm going to wrap counterclockwise again and bring it through and pull it off. Now we have essentially made 2 stitches one. Okay, we're going to knit 2. Oops, we have to knit the 2 from our front cable. Sorry. Let's go ahead and do that. And that's easy. 1, 2, whoops. I'm going to put my cable needle down and I'm going to knit 2 from my left hand needle. And again, we're going to purl 2. Okay, pull your yarn to the front, and we go on the back side through, wrap it clockwise, pull it off. Through our back side, wrap it clockwise, pull it off. Okay. Hey, we're not doing too bad, guys. And let's go to our second side. And you can tell you're on your second side of your work because your beginning thread is to the left if you're right-handed. And we're going to do that 2 more times. I'm going to do that 2 more times. So I pull my needles up. My working yarn is in the back. Pull it. And again, if it's easy, just use your stickies. So I'm going to knit 2. 1, 2. I'm going to move my sticky to my next comma. This is a cable 4 back decrease. So we start it just like a regular cable. We take 2 stitches to the back. Okay. We're going to knit 2 stitches separately from our left hand needle. There's 1. There's 2, and from our back needle, I'm going to do a slip slip knit. Okay, are you ready? We're going to take it as if we're going to knit it, but we're not going to knit it. We're just going to take it off of our cable and put it on our right hand needle. Take it off of our cable, or our left hand needle, and put it on our cable, or off our cable. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put it, slip those 2 to my left hand needle, wrap it counterclockwise, and pull it off. Okay. So then we're going to knit 2 together. Now this means we're working with 2 stitches. We're not going to knit them separately. We're going to knit them 2 together. So we go through both legs. We go through the leg of this stitch and this stitch together in one movement. Wrap it counterclockwise, knit it off. And now we're going to do a slip slip knit. So that means we're going to work with 2 stitches. We're going to go as if to knit, but we're not going to knit it. We're just going to move it to our right hand needle. The second stitch, same thing as if we're knitting, but we're going to move it. Then we're going to take our left hand needle through both of those stitches, wrap it counterclockwise, and off. So we're going to do the cable 4 front. Go ahead and move 2 of your stitches to your cable. And I'm going to hold that out of my way. So when we do the front, we go ahead and slip slip first, which means we take it as if to knit and move it from our left hand working needle to our right hand. Take the second one the same way. Then take your left hand needle between both of those stitches, wrap it and take it off. And then we have to work these separately. We're going to knit 2 of them from the cane, one at a time. So we're going to knit the first stitch, and we're going to knit the second stitch. Okay, so I'm going to put my cable needle down. Now we're going to knit 2, which is easy after everything you've done. 1, 2, and then we're going to purl. We're going to go from the back up clockwise, off. From the back up clockwise, off. Move your stitch marker, and we will do it one last time. Make sure your yarn is in the back. Knit 2. I'm trying to keep that tail in front so it doesn't get stuck in my yarn. Knit 2. Cable 4 back decrease, which means we put 2 in the back and ignore them for now. Okay. We're going to knit 2, just like we're doing a regular cable. And then from the back, we're going to go ahead and slip. No, we're actually going to go ahead and knit those 2 together. Let's knit those 2 together. I think I told you wrong, but it won't matter. Okay, so we're going to, and then we're going to knit 2 together again. So you're going to take 2 of your stitches, and from not the first stitch, but the second stitch, you start by putting your needle through both of those stitches, wrap it, and off. Then again another slip. So we're going to take it as if to knit, move it to the right hand. Second one, move it to the right hand. Put our left hand needle through both of those stitches and then wrap that back needle and pull it off. So a cable 4 decrease, 2 in the front. So let's go ahead and slip from our left hand needle. Knit those 2, put your left hand needle back through those 2 stitches. You've just twisted your stitches, that's all you've done. And what that does, it makes it makes these lay nicely so that they look nicely. Okay, so then from our left hand needle, we're going to knit these 2 that are in the front. Okay, and then we're going to knit 2 and then purl 2. For me, it's purl 2. If you're doing a different size, you'll do something different. Okay, I'm going from the back clockwise off, from the back clockwise off. Now, if you have been doing the other kind of purl, you may see that you have more space between your cable stitches and your purl stitches, but that's fine if that's how you're doing it. Okay, so I'm ready to go ahead and cover up row 3 and move to round 4. Now, we are no longer knitting 16, but we are knitting 12 because we have decreased that many stitches. And you're at the beginning of your round. Go ahead and move your needle. And we're going to knit 12. Make sure your working yarn is in the back. Knit 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring your yarn to the front and we're going to purl 2. Now we're going in from the back. Remember, under that stitch in the back, clockwise, off. Same thing, under from the back, clockwise, off. So go ahead and put your thread to the back again, because we're going to start with knitting 12. we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring your yarn to the front. Go under the back of the stitch, clockwise, or yeah, back stitch clockwise, and we have 1/2 of row 4 done. So we're going to turn it and do it the same thing on the other side. So we want to make sure our working yarn is in the back for the knit. We're going to knit 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pull your working thread between your needles to the front, and we're going to purl. So we're going to go to the back of our purl stitch, wrap it clockwise and off. Same thing, back, clockwise, off. Take your thread to the back, and we will do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring your yarn between those needles to the front. We're going to purl, so we're going to go to the back of that stitch, clockwise, off. The back of that stitch, clockwise, off. And there we have done cable decreases, both front and back cable decreases. And we have also just done slip, slip, knit. Now as we go along, you will see your toque will start to go this way. It will get smaller. So we're going to quit here for now. This is a 20. It's quite a lot you've learned. And I'm going to go ahead next time and start with round 5, which is fairly easy. It's just cables. There are no decreases. So we should be fairly good. Okay, I will see you next time. Thank you for showing up. Hope you're enjoying knitting. It's a lot to learn, but it's kind of fun. Once you get it, you've got a skill for life. Okay, thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.